Excellent.
Alrighty, hello, welcome to the Daily Stoic Conversations, Daily Stoic Chats, Daily Stoic Talks.
Discoveries, digging.
I don't know if we know what to call what we're doing right now, but nonetheless, welcome.
Mind digging or something.
All right, we are going to talk about the daily entry for May 3rd. And as a reminder, May, our theme for the month is right action.
Let's do.
Okay, so May 3rd is show, not tell, what you know.
Mm-hmm.
Show, not tell, what you know.
Mm. Yes.
All right. We're going to start with the quote from Epictetus, unless you have something.
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. Epictetus says, those who receive the bare theories immediately want to spew them, as an upset stomach does its food. First, digest your theories, and you won't throw them up. Otherwise, they will be raw, spoiled, and not nourishing. After you've digested them, show us the changes in your reasoned choices, just like the shoulders of gymnasts display their diet and training, and as the craft of artisans show in what they've learned.
Mm-hmm. That's it?
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Those who receive the bare theories immediately want to spew them as an upset stomach does its food.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying it
Something
can be easy
to find to discover something new and then wanting to share that with others
right away. Yeah, it's like I learned something and just like, I would just want to tell you everything that I just.
Mm-hmm. That's very tempting. Yeah,
Very
I'm
tempting.
Very guilty of that for sure.
So he follows that by saying, first digest your theories and you won't throw them up.
Mm-hmm.
Which
would be a good question to, like, what does that mean? When is it feel digested? Just kind of, it will just feel like digested? Like okay, I have a good enough knowledge for me to be able to speak about the subject or something.
Let's see if this explains anything.
Mm-hmm.
He then goes on to say, after you've digested them, show us the changes in your reasoned choices.
Mm-hmm. So start using that thing that you
make
learn
different choices.
And start making different choices. And by doing that, you are showing that you understood it. And
Yeah. Just the way that the gymnast shows what they eat and their training and how their shoulders look.
Mm-hmm.
We show what we've learned by our behavior, not by spewing it out or being the person who always has the answer about something.
Mm-hmm.
I like this month. These are big lessons.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels good, actually. I don't know if you have the same feeling. It feels good to me, too.
Yeah, that felt good.
Yeah. You have more there? You ready for Ryan?
No, let's do Ryan. Let's see.
All right, Ryan Holiday says, many of the Stoic aphorisms are simple to remember and even sound smart when quoted. But that's not what philosophy is really about. The goal is to turn these words into works. As Musonius Rufus put it, the justification for philosophy is when one brings together sound teaching with sound conduct. Today, or any time when you catch yourself wanting to condescendingly drop some knowledge that you have, grab it and ask, would I be better saying words or letting my actions and choices illustrate that knowledge for me? Bam.
Yeah.
I really love that.
Yeah, that's great.
Would I be better saying words or letting my actions and choices illustrate that knowledge?
That's so interesting because, like, like I was at another interview today, and it was like applying this to, like, I can see how I would like to apply this to like an everyday life type of a thing, like, but like like an interview where you're like, or like a sales meeting or something where you're selling something, right? Like it's hard to show with your actions that thing that you're trying to sell, aka at the interview you're trying to sell yourself. So it's hard to say, like, you have to just say, well, I am this person who does these things. It's hard for me to show you because I'm just sitting in this chair, right? And I don't even have a computer, and we're just sitting here like this. So it's hard to, I can only show you with like talking about examples or like past experiences where I would act like X, Y, and Z to show you what you're buying or something, you know what I mean? So something there was coming up as a, like this. Anything else?
There is something. It's not quite at the surface at the moment. There seems to be this like I can talk about something before I can behave in alignment with that thing. Like it's easier actually to talk about something. I can talk about something well ahead of actually implementing it in my behavior. And so therefore, anything that I show through behavior is either like an ingrained habit or pattern that like I just haven't gotten control over, or it's been like a very like, in other words, it just feels natural to do a behavior, or the behavior has been like meticulously programmed through like a lot of effort on my part to, you know, fix how I'm interacting in certain situations or something like that. And so with talking about it, it can be more on like the tip of my tongue. It can be more at like the forefront of my brain. Like it isn't yet settled into the behavior patterns. And so I'm wondering then, like, is there with this whole thing, you know, show it with your actions, not with your words. That means you need to let it sit for a while longer. It needs time to stew and do things to you. And so that means that you would actually delay talking about it or showing it, you know, until it gets down to that behavioral level. And it makes me wonder then, if I talk about it, that's almost like a premature, it's almost like I'm bringing something into the world that still, it wasn't a full, it was in the oven for too short a period of time. I have to think that's stunting then my growth in some way, maybe. Like, does it ever get down to the behavior?
You stop like, you by sharing it too early, you might stop the continuous growth in that area, because you're just kind of but I also think it's like sharing it with whom, right? Like sharing all some ideas with your partner or something like that. I think that's a healthy and good thing, because you kind of bound, they're not final. You're not, the partner understands that you're just bouncing ideas, so it's not final, but then sharing it in the other way, in like, let me tell you what I know. I'm now presenting myself somewhere place. That's kind of, that you better know what you're talking about, right?
And that's what they're saying.
Not be a new thing that you just found out yesterday. Yeah.
Well, right, and they're saying even if that's the case, you're still better off to not say that
To not
thing,
say that,
but to embody it with who you show yourself to be through your actions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I agree with you too of like the working through ideas with other people. That's so helpful because that I think helps us move a concept deeper and deeper towards it being more behavioral.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes we get stuck on our own, so we need to pick it apart and stuff. So I see a lot of utility in that.
And it's not that the other person is helping you by giving you some smarts, but just you hearing yourself talking about it makes you hear it, and then you're like, oh, maybe it's not like that, maybe it's like this, just kind of get a different idea. So.
This one makes me feel like I just want to be quiet. It feels like this is really all there is to say.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up here, and let us know how today sat with you. We'll see you here tomorrow.